group. Never know when someone may strike from the shadows.
Yep, looks like the race has already started. We'll be getting the stream synced up in just a second here. Red Rupee inside Stoops Longshoos.
That's right. Getting a little bit of money early, and I do want to talk about Parisian Player a little bit. He hails from Group S, along with Newbie, who's also in the bracket stage, and he ended up with a 3-1 record into the brackets, and put on some good shows for us. He had an awesome comeback win against Sacred Hooves in this tournament, along with some excellent frog touring along the way. Some good times for sure.
Uncle giving him the small sword, since it's not open mode. Oh, a bomb drop already for Fat Homie.
And the single arrow here.
GG, guys.
Man, what else do they need?
Player wins. If Fat Homie didn't turn back to pick up that bomb, he would have contended, but he gave up the race right there.
Man, over before it even starts.
That's just one of the many memes of this tournament, the race to the single arrow. Speaking of which, what do you think will be at the Master Sword pedestal for us tonight?
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go with the hammer here, because it's been trolling these players all day long.
Yeah, a number of the dungeons do require hammer, but we'll get to see which of those are crystals and which are pendants. And you got any words to say about Stoops Jet right now?
Stoops Jet Seed. Oh my goodness, we got boots as our third item here.
Yep, get ready to see some high numbers in the bonk counters later on, folks.
That's right, and definitely pretty good times from these players, because getting boots this early definitely speeds up your traversal of the game, allows you access to a lot of cool areas. Cross likes to name them the flanctuary items. You know, those are some big ones early on.
The one to the west of the sanctuary they'll be able to get. Now, also want to point out, Parisian Player did go ahead and grab his bomb drop, but the players will not actually need them in Escape.
They will not, but there are a couple of walls in Kakariko that cannot be bonked into to open, so definitely good to pick some up before you head in there.
Parisian Player's getting the green guard after him. Chase him all the way across the jail. And speaking of bombs, single pot strat from both runners.
Indeed.
Is that route faster only with boots, or is it faster regardless? Because I usually go up the north side ladder.
I think it's only faster with boots, because you can kind of take a couple straight shots to get up the ladder and stuff.
Yeah, so Parisian Player already adapting his playstyle to the items he's picking up, which is one of the most important abilities for a randomizer runner.
Yep, Fat Homie isn't doing bad though. I mean, he's using those boots to his advantage, and he does have an extra bomb over Parisian Player, interestingly. He's been doing a little bit more farming.
Yeah, so if they turn up a little dry and bombs in Kakariko Village, Fat Homie will already be ready to go ahead and check out the mini Moldorm Cave afterward.
So what do you want to see here in the 3 escape chests coming up?
I definitely want to see the map. And
you sure you don't want to see it in Sanctuary?
Okay.
For some Tyar love?
Let's see. I want to see Cave. That's what I want to see. I want to as soon as I can, put doubt in the runners' minds over whether or not they'll have to do Agahnim. PHatHome, you looked like you were still trying to farm for bombs. Oh, Parisian player going for the 0 box on the end screen.
There's your map of dreams, but only some rupees and a piece of heart.
Let's see if Parisian player can remember which switch to pull.
I would hope so.
Dun, dun. Pew, 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 pew.
Look at that excellent escape time from Parisian player here.
Yeah, even with going into the side room.
Yeah.
I mean, boots.
That's the power of boots, my friends. And PHatHome is going to have an excellent time here as well.
Yep. Hopefully, Parisian player and PHatHome will both remember to check the bonk rocks on their way up to check out the lumberjack item. If they even decide to go that way.
Hey, some extra rupees doesn't hurt.
Nah, I'll take that at this point. Definitely want to hit that 100 before you get to the bottle vendor. Oh! I don't think that counts as a bonk, so Parisian player is still good here.
Doesn't count as a bonk, but he's getting a little low on health. Hopefully, he can get a little bit of love here
nice
soon.
Arrows. He just needs a bow.
Maybe he'll find one here in the lumberjack cave.
Oh, PHatHome bonked off of mushroom.
Oh my goodness! Well, now I want to see that cape.
PHatHome hit the bonk rocks from the east side, which actually I've never seen. I wonder if everybody's just done that and I just didn't notice until now. But it kind of makes sense because you'll get less knockback. Well, really smart taking the knockback from the tree pull to send him flying back toward that bomb drop.
That was definitely clever, but it looks like Parisian player grabbed some bombs here in the Thieves' Hideout, so he should be pretty set for a lot of the early bomb areas.
Yeah, it's 3 in the village, 4 if you have to do the race. Oh, they don't even need it for the race game. So they need 3 in the village for sure, and then 2 if they're going toward Lake Hylia. And PHatHome is going to pick up this piece of heart here. So Parisian
player entering the well. Yep.
If anybody was wondering about how the players drop off the cliffs really fast like that, well, if you have boots and you press A, just after you make contact with a ledge, you can drop down real fast like that. Now, where Parisian player did it toward the well, it's actually you kind of run the risk of over jumping the well and having to walk back around. So you have to make sure you're holding up when you drop down.
That's correct. And lots of rupees and lots of love here in the well. Parisian player well on his way towards the money for Zora. PHatHome hot on his heels. Looks like he's going to be heading to Blind's house as well.
You said you can't be lucky in wealth and love.
Oh goodness, we're starting to see some big major items come into play here. We have the Mire, we have the B-Tor in a bottle.
Just in time, in fact.
That's right, it does give them access to that sick kid.
Oh, little high five coming out here.
So Cross, why would Blind have a mirror in their house?
Maybe that's how Blind went blind. Saw himself in a mirror.
Fair enough. Poor guy.
Oops. That's not where that bomb goes.
That's not quite where that chicken goes either. But he tried. And he's rewarded with a full heart for his efforts.
Man in the red hat got in his way. I hate that guy. Well, what's he gonna do sitting in bed sick all day if he gave away his book?
I don't know, man. Sleep and rest and get better. Spoilers, he does at the end of the game.
Only if you beat the game.
True.
Oh, Fat Homie gets the chicken clip here. I'll have to be careful not to pick that chicken up, though.
Seeing quality green rupee here in the library.
Yep, he could have opted to pick that up if he wanted. He's got the boost.
And a mirror shield here at the race game.
That's maybe a little tempting.
So we got a peek at the map. Let me point this out before I forget. We have a green pendant in Hera, a blue pendant in Eastern Palace, and crystal number 6 in Desert. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. What I was thinking is maybe just kind of put that in your memory logs that the mirror shield is there in case you end up still looking for the ice rod when you get to Turtle Rock and think, could be in that laser room. Let me go back to the race game and grab that mirror shield.
It'll be a nice piece of equipment to go with the tempered sword that Parisian player just picked up in the dam. And it looks like Fat Homie's gonna go for that mirror shield. I don't blame him. It's a powerful shield. Can definitely help you out in a lot of situations.
Parisian player with the mirror actually could have only made one trip into the dam. Could have used a disappearing block trick.
Very true. An early mirror here can help in that regard.
You can have this trash. Well, one man's trash. Mini mole dorms. Quite simple with the temperature.
Look at that guy bugging out up there. He was trying to get across.
Let's see what kind of hype we have in the LW hype cave. Bunch of bombs, powder, shovel, a couple fetch quests in here for our runners.
I love it. We have a bunch of fetch quests kind of available to these guys already because that tempered sword does give them access to Agahnim, which will unlock the mushroom.
And you did see Fat Homie here did use the mirror to disappear a block there. Although I personally like to disappear, or appear isn't transitive, is it? I personally like to despawn one of the side blocks. That way, when I dash back south out of the cave, I can do it in a strict line.
Red potion here in the Ice Rod Cave. Nice safety. And they already have that Vitor bottle, but definitely a nice thing to have. Looks like Parisian player is going to go back and set up some fake flippers.
Yep.
Head to Hobo, likely, since he doesn't have enough for Zora. Although Fat Homie does, interestingly.
He's going to do the buffered setup. It's as easy as it looks. Check over Lake Hylia Island. So part of the fake flippers is if you swim over the shallow water, you remain swimming. But in vanilla, if you take damage in this state, you'll actually end up soft locking. Our randomizer coders have worked around that by just killing you if you get hit. And that guy right there, oh, the archer on top of the bridge. Guy's a sniper, that one.
He definitely is, but hey, we have a cape.
Now he can do Agahnim.
Hey, that's actually another fetch quest for Bumper Cave.
Yeah. What would be interesting is that could actually be a sequence break if the Bumper Cave has a required item, but he'll need to get a combination of things before he can check that yet. And he's just gonna go ahead and head over to the desert. He's got the book, why not? He's got the boots, why not? He's guaranteed at least one item in desert, plus the ledge item, plus a Gina's cave.
Now, desert is crystal number 6. So he will not be able to actually complete it unless he finds a lift upgrade and a fire source. But this is still a fairly lucrative area of the game, so pretty solid decision.
Meanwhile, Fat Homie is doing a fake flippers of his own, and he will be grabbing the cape from the fugitive under the bridge. He wouldn't have to hide under the bridge if he just used the cape.
That's true. Then people wouldn't be waking him up from his nap. He could have just draped that cape right over him. What was he thinking?
Well, he does have to watch his magic meter.
True. Maybe he ran out and he was like, I don't have any use for this anymore. I'm just chilling here. Interestingly, Parisian player didn't go in desert. Wow.
Yeah, he just gets to checks the ledge, doesn't want it. Like I said, guaranteed at least one item inside desert, and possibly two as long as Landmola doesn't carry the second item. Let's see what Fat Homie does. He's going into desert likewise. But will he go into the palace, or will he just dance around with the jazz hands like Parisian player did? He's checking the ledge first.
We see Parisian player going to Sahashasala, so this could pay off big time. We may see a visit here again. We may see a visit here again after he clears. They clear Tower of Hera if they decide to go in that direction. But unfortunately, Sahashasala not really paying off there.
Yeah, not dipping into Eastern Palace either. He could find some items in there, but of course wouldn't be able to finish without bow. And look at this now. He's gonna say, well, killing Agahnim gives me the pyramid location and that delicious, juicy, yummy mushroom.
He is gambling it on the pyramid and the mushroom, I think.
Yeah.
And it is definitely not a bad play. It could pay off big time.
Yeah, and a lot of times
huge items on pyramid, and I mean, which sometimes has some really good stuff.
Just having access to that portal can be helpful sometimes. The only drawback is when you want to save and quit to the light world, you have to remember to use the mirror first. We do have Fat Homie heading on inside Desert Palace here. We'll see what Parisian player skipped out on. I never remember how to get through this dark room. I don't know what it is. It's too complicating for me.
It's a bit of a maze, and you can light some of the torches if you're having some trouble as well. We see the first key, or the first chest as a key in desert, so Fat Homie has access to the right side. Could see some items here, potentially. Big key could be on the torch or in this chest.
Yeah, did not want to see the compass there. If he finds the map, that's going to mean that Landmola has the second item. But like I said, he will be rewarded with something this trip. Or, oh yeah, we have the Bonk, the big chest, and Landmola. The last three locations, two of which are items, one of which will be the map.
Parisian player making quick work of Aghahnim's tower here.
Yeah, that's
pulling everything tempered. Yeah. Ooh, and we have the power gloves in desert.
It's too bad he didn't find the lamp, but there are no more items in Desert Palace, as we know now that Landmola will have the burrito. But this glove will give him access to all of West Death Mountain, including Tower of Hera and the Ether Pedestal.
Yeah, tablet. Interestingly enough, that is a vanilla location of those power gloves.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. So far we have progressive gloves and regressive shields.
Now who knows what's on the pyramid here? I mean, we might see Titansmiths on the pyramid. We see a swag shovel dash from Fat Homie here, and he picks up Bombos for his efforts.
Yep. Aside from possibly being required for Mire or Turtle Rock. That bombos will be a key to getting into Ice Palace if the players can't find the Fire Rod.
Looks like Death Mountain is the path for Fat Homie. It's a good play. Seen Old Man and the Spectacle Rock Cave pay dividends. Plus, he has the mirror and the book, so he'll be able to go into Tower of Hera. You'll be able to maybe clear it, but at least check the first 2 spots.
Tempered Sword being another key component to checking that Ether Tablet as well. She's got. You need at least Master Sword or better, and book. Oh, the bow.
Bow. So what does D stand for here, Cross? On the pyramid.
Egyptians.
Duh, Egyptians.
Or, I guess like desert, but it's not really the desert, but there are pyramids. The IRL pyramids are in a desert.
So that flute here from the old man is pretty big as well. That is a nice pickup.
Yeah, that's gonna cut.
Gonna give that homie, yeah. Parisian player gonna put that bow to work here in Eastern Palace. Now, Eastern Palace is the blue pendant, so this may or may not pay off. This is kind of a gamble, but it's not a bad one. It's a quick one. You have boots, you have the bow, you can full clear it.
Full clear, maybe 3 items.
Blue pendant is required.
Maybe.
We can only hope. Titan's mitts here on Spectacle Rock. A huge find for Fat Homie. So he is getting those progressive gloves. Since the flute was also here on Death Mountain, Desert is required in order to get here.
Oh, right, because you would need either the flute or one of the 2 gloves to get up to Death Mountain. And a glove and flute are up there. So he doesn't go to Hera. Interesting point. The logic progression could place the Moon Pearl in the northeast corner of Desert, which requires flute, gold glove, and mirror to access.
Very interesting. Looks like he wants to activate his flute, so I guess that's why he's jumping over here to Kakariko Village. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and with the gold gloves, he'll be able to access the Dark World without killing Agahnim. Won't be able to make it over to that bow unless he finds flippers or hammer, though.
Now, an interesting location that Titan's Mitts does open up is the King's Tomb, so we might see Fat Homie check that. But other than that, I mean, Hera is a big play for him, and then he can do Agahnim and Zora.
Yeah, I just hope Parisian player isn't on a wild goose chase in the Eastern Palace here. I mean, you know, it takes a gamble, kills Agahnim, says, "Hey, that paid off. I got the bow. Where does this take me?" You know, like you said, it's blue pendant, and I always dread anytime I see map or compass when I'm in this situation.
That's right, but he will have peace of mind that he's full cleared this. He won't have to come back here, so it's not a terrible check at all.
Yeah, and I don't think he even picked up that mushroom yet, did he? Decided to come straight here with the bow.
He has not.
So if Fat Homie will be able to see one item and grab another item up here. Hammer, big
Oh my goodness! Now, unfortunately, he cannot pick that up unless we have some vanilla flippers here at Zora. We've already seen vanilla power gloves. Will we see the vanilla flippers? Still really good intel either way. Oh my goodness! What? Actually, vanilla flippers!
Well, Alucard with the predictions. Give me them lottery numbers, Alucard. Oh man. So
wow.
Remember that flippers, those flippers will be key to accessing Whoa, what am I saying? He got the hammer too. He doesn't even have to go around the long way to get to the Palace of Darkness area. The only thing he's missing is Moon Pearl.
He needs that Moon Pearl. That's the key here. Now he can go to Tower of Hera. Like Sahashasala can have the Moon Pearl potentially, as long as you can finish Hera.
Pearl. The witch could have the Moon Pearl. I think that
witch
could
really have the Moon Pearl. That would be pretty crazy. Could also be here at the Armos Knights. I haven't been counting items, but potentially here.
I assume Parisian player has, and if I'm ever, you know, not keeping track of my items like I should be when I'm inside a dungeon, I just do a quick menu, take a look. Do I have the map? Do I have the compass? If I have both, then that means the boss still has an item. Unless it's a small key situation, but that usually only happens in Ice Palace and Mire.
20 roofs.
It almost gives him enough to go buy those flippers, though. He could get there with fake flippers, actually. But I don't know if he's going to do that. Man, really clutch decision for PHatHome to go ahead on into that Desert Palace while he was there.
Definitely an amazing play. We saw a Parisian player stop right in front of it as well.
Yeah, he decided not to go inside. I imagine if the ledge item were something he wanted to pick up, he would have gone inside the Desert Palace and cleared as much as he could while he was in there. But you know, seeing that rupee on the desert ledge kind of deterred him from going in. So it looks like we do have him going in to get the mushroom. And I was actually thinking, this is one of the most appropriate places to find a mushroom. Inside a damp cave.
And PHatHome making a bit of a gamble here heading into Eastern Palace. I understand it's 3 items, but he doesn't have the bow to finish it up. So
well, that'll save him
be left
some time.
wondering about 1 item. Yes, it'll save him some time as long as the Master Sword pedestal isn't required. And interesting cape strat to get through the cannonball room. I like it.
Yep.
So player heading to get his bombos.
Yeah, grab the mushroom, but not the first thing on his mind to turn it in just yet. I think what he wants to do is hope to find a glove or flippers here. Or, no, I'm sorry, definitely glove here, so that he can combo the Witch's Hut with Zora.
Definitely makes sense. But he is not going to have any luck on those lift upgrades. He needs to go to Desert to make it happen. But I think he's going to turn in that mushroom now.
Yeah, I believe this way is slightly slower than starting at Sanctuary. But I think it's really close either way.
It's pretty close.
Maybe with boots, this way's faster.
Might be.
Because you can stash straight up along those diagonals. Interesting.
PHatHome is making quick work of Eastern here, so that is good on him.
Alright, here we go. Moment of truth.
Raining some magic powder down over the
Is this what you're trying to make? Here we go. Moment of truth. Is it Moon Pearl?
Oh no, it's 10 arrows!
So
to go with that bow that he picked up on the pyramid.
Yeah. It's true. So without Moon Pearl to check Catfish or Palace of Darkness, we've eliminated Agahnim as a requirement. So unless we saw a really interesting situation last race where Agahnim could have been required in a way I had never seen before, but unfortunately that possibility is eliminated with PHatHome's item set right now. You want to go ahead and explain what happened last race with the possible Agahnim requirement?
Right, with Hammer being a missing item, it's possible that you have to beat Agahnim to get to the double-chested fairy. Which is an insane thing that can happen, but it is possible. So Agahnim, there is potential for Agahnim to do a lot of things for you.
I like to call her the frugal fairy because she very rarely has anything worth anything.
Alright, so PHatHome decided not to do Agahnim. He is going to head to the Tower of Hera. This is going to be an amazing choice for him. He also does have that hammer, so he can access the right side of Death Mountain, which is a big play right now for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he heads over there instead. But I think Tower of Hera is still a good play. There's a lot of items to be collected, especially with Green Pendant in there.
Yeah, one of the first things I learned from you know, running Randomizer with other players, which definitely, if this looks fun to you, which I don't know why it wouldn't, go ahead and play this game on your own at home. If you type, I think, !ALTTP, you get a link to the site where you can find the patch to get the randomizer. But anyway, I definitely, when you're starting out, it's a lot more fun and a lot more informative to play with other runners. But one of the very first things I learned from playing with other runners is I got a tip from Jet082. Hey, you can check the east side of Death Mountain with Hammer and Mire, and that gives you access to 7 item locations, or 8 with Spiral Cave.
And PHatHome does have those Titan's Mitts, so you can actually do a little bit of a minor glitch for the Super Bunny.
Oh yeah.
2 more chests.
See what kind of, if you go for the bomb jump here. The bomb jump actually easier than selecting the bombs in the menu. Gotta watch out for that
small key here. So he's gonna want Moldorm to have an item.
Small key, of course, opens the room to the basement, which is useless unless he has a fire source, fire rod, or the lantern. Yeah, East Death Mountain for would be a pretty likely point, pretty likely place at this point for the Moon Pearl to be.
Indeed. And now, keep in mind that Parisian Player, he's coming up here, and he is not going to have that hammer, because he has not been to Zora.
Oh yeah. This is PHatHome's second time up here, though, remember, so Parisian Player basically behind by the time he spent at Aghahnim's Tower right now, and finishing Eastern Palace. But PHatHome might find himself checking out Eastern Palace later. Or
so
like
Moon Pearl can be over here. There's actually another place I just thought of that Moon Pearl could be, which is the Checkerboard Cave in the Mire area.
We were talking about that earlier when... Yeah, even though it's... Sometimes, you know, I kind of think of it as a Dark World location, but since you mirror to it, it's actually in the Light World.
You don't think about it too often, but it's a cool one.
So, Moldorm did drop a sword, so I think that was both items in Tower of Hera?
I believe so. Either way, you can't check the basement item.
Yeah.
And there is that Sahashasala green pendant staring him in the face as well.
It.
Yeah.
Parisian Player has the wrong pendant. Less Master Sword. Oh.
Well, I think he needed to start from somewhere other than Death Mountain, so this isn't so bad for him.
Right, because as you said, he doesn't have the hammer. Unless he's gonna go ahead and hop into Eastern, or Tower of Hera. Alright, here we go. This is where Moon Pearl is like 90% of the time, I'm telling you.
Yeah, as you say that.
Every stinking time. Moon Pearl or Mire, I'd say. Almost every time in this cave.
So this gives PHatHome the ability to check potentially 3 more items here in Dark World, Death Mountain. He can check the 2 chests there, and then he can actually check the first chest in Hookshot Cave. Then he can actually swing around and go to Spike Cave if he wants. It might be a little dangerous here, but he does have a red potion.
And Cape.
Oh yeah, Cape.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what that
gonna
Cape was for.
And that's a Cape that he shouldn't have yet, unless he wants to take those flippers he just picked up and go, or he got them from Zora, of course. So he's gonna go ahead and take the Dark World portal up here and take a sneak peek at Turtle Rock's medallion requirement. Whether or not Turtle Rock is a pendant, or you don't know. Well, he's got it.
Looks like that shovel was required because Turtle Rock is crystal number 4.
Okay.
Thieves Town is the red pendant.
5 in Palace of Darkness.
He's gonna go ahead and open up Turtle Rock. Prime himself for Turtle Rock. Maybe we'll see an early Turtle Rock from him. You'll be like, man, I really want to go in there. I opened it up earlier. Alright, looks like he is going to check the first chest here in the Hookshot Cave. You can see you can do some cool bonk strats to check this item. And it can actually be the Hookshot. In this case, just 20 roops.
Yeah, on my tracker it actually shows up as 2 different locations, that one chest and the other 3. And it's caused a little bit of confusion, but I think it's important to differentiate because they have different requirements.
Now, he's going straight to Spike Cave, but he skipped the 2 chests over on the right side.
Whoops, I hope that doesn't come back to bite him, but he's got basically everything he needs to get to any point on the map, so it's going to be really down to dungeon requirements or Hookshot. Hookshot's the big item that he needs right now.
Parisian player grabbing his green pendant and his master sword.
Man, this is gonna be tight. I think he's got it.
Hey, here's more health in case you come back.
Not even Sankheart, man. Alright, so Parisian player's next move, whether he knows it or not, is to go ahead and check out Zora, and the 500 rupees, maybe he'll do that now? Or he's got to unlock that flute now, that's what he's doing.
He's gonna unlock the flute, I believe.
Instant
he has
hype cave.
The King's Tomb. Yeah, we do see this hype cave from that homie. I mean, it's a good place to be. We gotta get some hype in the chat for Hype Cave. Let's get pumped.
There you go, he figured out that menu maze to get to the bomb.
Oh, we already have some hype here with a
bucket. So far, so good. Where'd that guy get a Keaton mask anyway? This is the wrong game.
Whoa!
What?
A pair of rods here in the hype cave. Man, he wanted to do Turtle Rock. We might see him go right back in there.
Yes! Oh, he
needs a red cave.
Mario.
Yeah. He's so close.
Crazy, just.
At that point, he'll be in like go mode, but he needs Hookshot, I suppose. But that could be in Turtle Rock.
On his, depending on his comfort with dark rooms, of course.
Parisian player going to turn in the green pendant at Sahashasala. Getting some exciting checks here from these players.
PHatHome666 hasn't checked this yet, and it could be Hookshot, one of the big items that he still needs.
50 rupees. Hopefully Parisian players like, where can I use these rupees? What can I do with these? And hopefully we'll head over to Zora. He is fluting to 8, so he's likely swimming there. Still be good for him.
Yeah. He's gonna fake flippers there.
He's gonna fake flippers there, yeah. Remember, vanilla flippers.
Yeah. I guess that's faster than fluting to the witch's hut? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure it's a little faster. He knows what he's doing. I never played this game before.
Alright, so we
on
have
the land that all.
Ooh! Takes a spill there.
Yeah, he canceled the fake flippers by stepping on the ledge, but that crab does actually do 2 hearts of damage. Boy. A little
Looks
tough
like
luck
he's
for
gonna just
Parisian player.
flute over. Not chance himself on the fake flip. Oh, never mind. He's going back.
Yep, he's not deterred.
That's good. Shows his resolve as
Almost got
PHatHome666
sniped by that
collects
Zora,
20 roots.
though.
Oh my goodness.
If he gets sniped while in fake flipper state, that's an instant kill. Say hi to the frog. I think
So-
it's kind of... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, we are 40 minutes in cross, and no one has completed a crystal dungeon.
That's true,
Not a
but
single crystal dungeon has been completed.
PHatHome is almost in go mode, though. Without having even stepped into a crystal... Well, stepped in the desert.
Well, he's getting there. He just got a hookshot from
Oh,
the
boy.
dwarves. The hookshot is forged from the smiths here as Parisian player grabs his vanilla flippers. I'm sure he's happy to see that, since he will be able to grab this hammer. He'll know where he needs to go from here. He'll be able to
Vanilla
grab
flippers,
himself.
and an important item into
That's
getting
not nice.
into Vanilla Ice Cream Palace.
There you go.
Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
That was a terrible thing to say. Vanilla Ice Cream Palace. I
I
just
want
like
you to say it just more and more now.
I just like ice cream.
Who doesn't, man?
Don't
actually answer the question. Alright, so it looks like PHatHome is going to be fluting to 7 or doing a world tour with the chests.
Yep, and we've got an item
Oh,
that
he's
PHatHome
going to 8. Interesting.
PHatHome could have checked Batcave here, but he did not. We'll see what he missed here.
Full heart. Looks like we're gonna see the requirements for Misery Mire. If it's Bombos, all he's really looking for is the red cane and maybe a lamp. But it is Quake, so it looks like they're gonna have to do a little bit more searching here.
Yep, add another item onto that checklist. Ooh, very nice.
Silver arrows, what an
Yep.
awesome pickup.
Still no bow for PHatHome. Now he can check the pyramid. He was nearly there when he was at Hype Cave, but no, he doesn't. You don't know what you
PHatHome has
don't
the
know.
lamp. Sorry, I was looking at Parisian players list.
Oh,
That is a butter sword.
looks like Parisian player is gonna grab the butter sword here. No moon pearl for him yet, but where's he heading into? I think he's just doing a
He was trying to
mirror
dodge the. He was trying to dodge the pterodactyl of death. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, what, probably, I think 4 hearts of damage from that guy.
Yeah, definitely worth saving some face. He's trying to stay alive here.
Definitely a good Oko strat, especially when you're in Death Mountain, doing the traversal from Turtle Rock to Ganon's Tower, because you can't actually damage the Lionels with Master Sword, or at least you can't dash through them. So, and you don't have a sword to get through Lionel. You don't have mirror shield. Like, you gotta mirror dodge those guys.
Alright, so can the red cane be at the pedestal? I believe it can.
Yeah, the only things the only dungeons that Red Cane is required for are both crystals. We got Turtle Rack and Misery Mire. So we could have Red Cane is definitely the most favored item that we've seen in this tournament to be at Master Sword Pedestal as far as required items.
We could also see that Quake medallion be there as well, which could be very interesting. The dream is still alive, my friends, but we have Swamp Palace as our first big dungeon that actually has a crystal that these guys are checking. I guess they went into desert.
How scared do you think Fat Homie is that mushroom's required?
Yeah, it's probably in the back of his mind, but at this point, you know, he's been able to make a lot of progress without it. So he has a lot of stuff to explore at this point. He might as well do what he can do here, and then if he has to pull the trigger on it, he can go for it.
Swamp Palace, I gotta say, excellent choice. Crystal Dungeon, he's gotta do it. 6 items in here. As far as he knows, he could find Quake, Red Cane, and Bow here. As far as he knows.
That's right.
We know he can't find Bow, but...
Yeah, with the gear that he has, he can finish this dungeon in its entirety. He can finish Desert Palace. He can...
Yep. No items in
finish
Desert
Ice
Palace, but
Palace.
it's one of the... Yeah.
And Skull Woods as well.
Basically everything but Mire and Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Oh,
and
Eastern Palace.
Pod.
Or Pod of Darkness, yeah.
Pod of Darkness.
Get the fairy! Get it! Get back!
Get it before those guys kill you!
I broke the path! What?
Oh no!
Well, you gotta come in here anyway. Don't crash into Barry. Oh! That Moldorm gave me a little scare too.
The Spiral Cave is like the tensest Spiral Cave.
Man, that fairy.
That homie making his way through Swamp Palace. He's gonna probably be checking most of the chests here as he goes, because he probably doesn't want to do a return trip. And Swamp is known for having a lot of items. You can collect up to 6 unique items here. Well, you can collect 6 unique items here. And so in theory, like, he could just be done after this and be in go mode. We know that's not true because the bow is on the pyramid.
Yeah.
But he's not far from it.
Making a good call here. Hey, we haven't seen the Super Bunny chests.
We have not. Fat Homie did skip those. That could be a chance for Parisian Player to catch up a little bit, since he has done Zora a bit late and he's getting his Moon Pearl only now.
And Tickle Beam was from the Dwarves, so he won't be able to find that up here, or he didn't have a chance of getting that before coming up here, since Moon Pearl's up here. So it will require a second trip for any case to come up and check the remaining 3 chests in the Hookshot cave.
That's right.
Yep, not actually. Oh, he's piecing. He's piecing.
Interesting choice.
Well, maybe he's going for. Maybe he feels like he's behind. His Agahnim gamble didn't pay off. Maybe he wants to go into Steve's town here. Oh, look, a fairy just when he needed it.
Perfect.
Great timing.
Now, I mean, it is around like the 50-minute mark here when he's receiving the Moon Pearl, but Fat Homie didn't find it that long ago. Maybe 8 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. I don't know.
There it is.
Able to search quite a bit. Ooh, the red cane there in Swamp.
Yep. Now he can do Turtle Rock. Maybe Quake will be in Turtle Rock, Alucard. What do you say?
That would be beautiful. I would love to see a Quake in Turtle Rock. In Mimic Cave. How about that?
Just as good. Right.
Yeah, Quake could be at pedestal. You could see Quake at the double-chested fairy. That's an option as well. Which could take them a while to collect.
I've heard some commentators call her Large Marge, like from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Not bad, not bad. Alright, Parisian player doing his Dwarven Smith's circuit here. He will be rewarded in Hype Cave with the pair of rods. So that should be awesome for him. That'll give him access to a lot of places. He will be able to complete things very quickly. He's about to get his Hookshot too.
Circuit. Yeah, probably just gonna do a full circuit of South Dark World. You know, turn in the purple chest, grab the Bombos pedestal, and then head over to Hype Cave. And maybe he'll be right in the swamp, right behind PHatHome. Since he'll be there after Hype Cave.
That's right. Some quality regressive shields here in Swamp Palace. Very nice. Very nice finds. Now what's interesting is from PHatHome666's perspective, you know, like he doesn't have the ability to full clear pod and
that's
get
where
the last
was.
item in Eastern Palace. Lantern in the purple chest.
Okay, so Parisian player's doing this to go to Hype Cave rather than walk around with the purple chest and check old Stumpy on the way. It's probably faster to do like a couple at a time rather than doing everything together and having the mirror back and forth so many times.
It's definitely a cool route.
Let's see what Argus has for us. Just 10 arrows.
And there's our first crystal of the game going to PHatHome666.
First crystal of the game.
51 minutes and 50 seconds into this
That
race.
might be is that a tournament record? Both of the players missed the bomb in the Hype Cave.
That's quite surprising, but you know what? Maybe it was good luck for them because they got some amazing things here.
Oh yeah. So it looks like Parisian player won't have to go back to the race game to get that mirror shield to look for Ice Rod and Turtle Rock.
Good news. But he may have to get the Quake and Turtle Rock. Maybe.
We can only hope so.
Looks like PHatHome666 is actually heading in the direction of the pyramid. This could pay off big time for him, and that might put him into pod.
I can't think of anywhere else he'd be going from here.
It would really just be Catfish, but yeah.
That'll put him into pod, and that'll put him into almost go mode. He'll only need Quake, and he has checked both medallions, so he'll know just what he's looking for. Good safety fairy there.
Yeah, definitely cool to grab that along the way. It was right there.
Checks first, says, yes, I do want that item. D is for do want.
It looks like he's going to route himself up to Catfish, or maybe some of these mirror spots. The graveyard? Nope. Not a bad idea to just knock this out. Hey, I mean, we've seen so many vanilla locations this race. Why not have one more here at the Catfish?
D could stand for Dead Pharaoh.
Who's the Pharaoh?
I don't know, but it's pyramids usually have dead pharaohs.
I guess, that's fair. Oh. Alright. Piece of heart, just a little bit of love.
Everyone loves Catfish. Maybe people would visit him more often if he moved a little closer.
You know, if you throw things in there after you've delivered, he's delivered you the first item, he'll just start like shooting things at you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like the little Zoras, he'll shoot those red beams at you.
That's funny. Like, thought I told you to go away. He pays you off to leave him alone. So it kind of makes sense.
And then you just keep annoying him.
Darn kids.
Get off my bayou.
I'll buy you a medallion if you leave.
Alright, so Fat Homie is heading into Palace of Darkness. This is a good play for him. He can full player this.
Darkness. He doesn't have enough rupees, dude! Oh no, wait.
Wait, what?
I thought that was a 0.
Oh, he's turning in the Sahashasala item.
Ah, good
he thought,
combo.
oh, it's a good combo to pull
I
up.
thought that said 0, 0. Never mind.
I was like, he has a lot of rupees. What are you talking about?
So, if Catfish lives in a bayou, that means this game has a swamp and a mire and a bayou. Like, talk about splitting hairs here. But I guess that's what the Moon Pearl's job is. Splitting hairs.
Please! Alright. So here we go into pod. Let's see what this first chest is. A map. A burrito. He's got that mirror on. Could just mirror out. There we go.
Yeah. You know, remembering to equip silver arrows is real nice. You know, you don't actually go on this side of Palace of Darkness in an NMG run. My first time doing NMG, I'm pretty sure I went to this side to grab a small key or something.
Yeah, not quite necessary. Parisian player did grab his red cane, so that's pretty exciting. You still have no males for these players, so these guys are playing dangerous in all the dungeons they're visiting.
Yeah,
they have a good amount of hearts.
Yeah, they're still at the point in the game where the game doesn't expect you to have an armor upgrade. That doesn't come along until Ice Palace, which is Dark World Dungeon 5 by the game's routing, which is you don't have to and really shouldn't go by. I always like to see the way different runners like to route through Palace of Darkness, you know, based on where they find the small keys.
Fat Homie with a beautiful bonk strat there. Love that strat to get through pod. It can make your traversal so much better, especially if you don't have the mirror.
Puts down a second bomb just in case the first one missed, but the first one hit.
Can never be too sure after that hype cave.
Vanilla big key? It's shrunk.
It shrunk. Still on the hunt. That last item, Quake. Is it here in pod, or what trolls may befall these players? What's your guess, chat? Let us know.
You know
where do you want Quake to be? You gotta keep that dream in mind. You gotta keep that dream alive.
Oh, bomb jump!
Some good troll places.
We have a bomb jump coming up here?
Looks like he's going to just bomb it open because he doesn't have the big key. It's actually not a very efficient bomb jump.
Oh boy, go mode.
I asked just in time.
You were wrong, chat. Unless you said right here.
Unless you said the next chest he was gonna open immediately.
Yeah, that's
we have go mode, folks. We have go mode for Fat Homie, working on his second crystal.
Big key right here, and he can run straight to the boss. He does still need that big key to get to Helmosaur's chamber.
Sub-hour go mode. It's pretty good.
Yeah, sub-hour go mode with 1 crystal.
Yep.
So as soon as he finds that big key, he should be mirroring out of here. Already has silver arrows. I mean, unless he's hoping to find an armor upgrade.
That homie's routing has been really, really amazing. Looks like Parisian player's going up to Death Mountain. He is going to check the Dark World item here.
Mode. Yeah, you could still find sugar cane. That would be nice for him. That hasn't been found yet. But yeah, Fat Homie definitely realizing he's in go mode immediately mirrors once he gets that big key to get into the Helmet Source King's room. The chambers of the Helmet King.
Yeah, I mean, I think this play from Parisian player is actually quite good. You have access to 6 chests up here. He hadn't checked the Hookshot cave at all, so his routing through here is going to be a lot better and quicker. And you can check a lot of stuff. You might even elect to go into Spike Cave afterwards.
Yeah, I'd say
it's just that there's nothing here for him, unfortunately.
Probably the objectively correct move for him from his perspective. But we have the commentary clarity where we see both streams and where many more items are than the runners.
Right, he did find a medallion, he just found the wrong one.
Yeah, but he doesn't know yet. He might need that, as far as he knows.
It's true. He might not realize that.
Oh, never mind. So, Fat Homie's in go mode before he even sees what's at the pedestal. We'll have to wait till the credits unless Parisian player checks it.
That's right. So where do you think Fat Homie is going to go from here? He has plenty of crystals to complete. He's got Desert Palace, Ice Palace, Swamp, Skullwoods, Misery Mire, and Turtle Rock. He's already done.
Yeah, shield. If it were me, I would go to Mire probably.
Yo, the bomb strats, I like it.
I would go to Mire, and here's why. You have to open chests in Mire, so I might get lucky and find a tunic or a bottle there. Skullwoods, you don't have to open any chests. And Ice Palace, you don't have to open any chests. And Turtle Rock, obviously, you want to do last. Was that everything? Pod. So yeah, Pod Swamp and Desert Palace. He's already got all the items from. So the only place where he could find an item to help him out elsewhere would be in Mire. So I'm heading there next.
Right, and you can also combo Desert and Mire.
Oh yeah.
Simultaneously, which is kind of cool. We might even see Parisian player finish up Desert here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why. You got both items out of Desert Palace. Maybe he forgot that. Or maybe he's setting up to check out that portly pixie.
Definitely an interesting play, because once he finishes up Pod, then he can go directly there. He's not far from it. But once
he finishes up Pod, he'll be in go mode.
Exactly. I'm trying to think from his perspective.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going for Skullwoods. Not a bad play.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you don't have to check a single chest in this place. All you need are 2 small keys, and you can find one under a pot in a room that Fat Homie's coming up on, and a Gibdo will drop the second one he needs. My favorite thing is when that jellyfish, the crystal jellyfish, bounces off the bumper into the spike and kills himself. Have you ever had that happen?
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. Seeing some fire rod strats and sword strats from Parisian Player on Landmo. Pretty awesome fight from him. Basically like a 1.1 cycle.
Yeah, I invited Landmola over to a dinner party, but he was late. He only showed up for the desert.
I'm just gonna have a moment of silence for that one.
Yep.
As people boo you off stage, apparently.
Yeah. Hey, there aren't any crickets to chirp because Thieves Town is a pendant, and the runners won't be going in there.
Fair enough. Looks like Parisian Player is opting for Skull Woods as well, as PHatHome is heading into the Mothula fight.
Yeah, maybe Parisian Player will be checking that pedestal then, since he won't have Quake yet.
That is definitely a possibility. It's good to have that intel, you know, sooner rather than later. And he does have 2 of those pendants, so maybe he's thinking, I'm not that far off. Thieves Town isn't that far away.
Yeah. If, you know, if he sees that pedestal is something that he wants, he's pretty good position to get it sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, no small key over here means Parisian Player will have to go into what I affectionately call the joke room.
Not such a joke now, and you gotta go in there.
That small chest is guaranteed to be a small key, at least at this point in randomizer history. I think there's been a straw poll about changing that chest, though. But you know, the reasoning behind that always being a small key is that there's a pit that drops you into that room. So you have a door that closes on the southwest side of the room. That door cannot be opened in any way. There aren't any switches. Killing the guys won't open the door. And in the northeast corner, you have the locked door. So the logic is set up so that it'll always be a small key in there to prevent you from having to save and quit out of there.
Looks like we're going for the Mire Desert combo here for PHatHome. Definitely a cool play.
Yeah, like I said, this is the only dungeon other than Turtle Rock where he'll have to be searching for the big key. So he might get lucky and find himself a new piece of armor while he's looking for that big key. Of course, the bosses drop stuff too, so. Oh, setting himself up another safety fairy here. Knows where all those bunny beams are.
He's trying to take out those little orbs with his bee. And the fire snakes in this room.
The little sparkies.
Effective. Yeah.
You know, those fire snakes actually look more like Moldorm? Landmola. The Zelda 1, I think Moldorm is what they look like. But I get the Zelda 1 Moldorm and Landmola mixed up. I'm not actually sure. So yep, once again, if you're just tuning in, PHatHome is in go mode right now, and Parisian Player is almost in go mode, only needing to find that Quake medallion. So we know that to be in the Palace of Darkness. I think it's the Compass. It's the room
with the 4 turtles and the chest in the middle.
Yeah.
Right before you go kind of downstairs and head to the dark
Treasure.
room with the treasure in it. So why is there a random moth just like hanging out in the woods? Cross. I mean, like, we have all these eyeball bosses, and then we have like Helmasaur King, and then we have Mothula, pretty much.
That's a really good question. I mean, a lot of the bosses are either, you know, based on other enemies in the game, or, well, I guess Helmasaur King's the only one. And mini Moldorm / big Moldorm. A moth in the middle of the forest. You know what I'm actually curious though is that a moth, like a moth would be naturally like weak to fire, right? Because fire type beats bug type. So why did he keep a fire rod in his dungeon? Why do the bosses always they always put items in the dungeon that like they're weak against? Why don't they just put those items as far away from themselves as they possibly could?
Well, they got smarter in Randomizer, dude.
I'll
tell you that.
Ganon did. The lore. Couch cash. If you read the lore in the beginning of the game, it was actually Ganon that swapped all the items around.
There you go. I liked Cap Trigger's response about the Mothula. Godzilla was booked that weekend.
Yeah, so Ganon's like, alright, marching orders, Mothula, you don't like fire, so we're gonna put the fire rod in Hype Cave. So that way
trinexx, you don't like fire and ice, so I'm gonna put them both in Hype Cave.
Well, gee, boss, do you think you should put them in 2 different spots? PHatHome666 coming up on Vitreous. So is Vitreous, what is Vitreous? Is he just the giant eyeball, or is he all the eyeballs, or is he the eyeballs in the slime?
I think you gotta take the whole thing with it, man.
Well, the picture on his carpet, you know, the little welcome mat in front of the boss chambers, it looks like it's just a giant eyeball with slime around it. Yeah, I think
it's more like maybe Vitreous is like the mama eyeball, and then she's guarding the nest of the baby eyeballs.
And then Link just comes in and slaughters her whole family.
Pretty much.
So yeah, if you didn't notice the little welcome mat in front of the boss room. Yeah, so I always thought like when you get Vitreous down to like just the last 4 eyeballs, she looks kind of like a smiley face, but with like 1 eye, like a Cyclops smiley face, with eyeballs for a mouth.
Yeah, I suppose so. So it looks like PHatHome666 is again doing the Mire Desert combo here. He's going to be flying through the end of Desert here since he's already completed the first half. He doesn't need the big key. He's already got it. Remember, they picked up that power glove in the vanilla location earlier here. And PHARisianplayer is making a great decision to go into pod. He will be happy to find his Quake medallion and be in go mode. He won't have to worry pretty much about anything else in the rest of the dungeons. He'll just be heading to
like a...
Ice Palace and Misery Mire and Turtle Rock.
Maybe. Do only the Dark World welcome mats have a picture of the boss on them? Maybe that one doesn't count. Oh, that's interesting. Landmola's welcome mat isn't right outside his room. It's 2 rooms out. And it was just like a ram skull. But maybe only the Dark
Skull?
Yeah, maybe the Dark World bosses are the only ones who have the honor of having their picture on their welcome mat.
Alright, so that is the 5th crystal for PHatHome666. He is heading over to Ice Palace. I imagine he's going to be able to full clear.
Slide right through it.
Slip and slide right through. Doesn't need to full clear it, but he's going to be able to do a bomb jump here that can save him a lot of time.
Yeah, we already saw him do the 1 bomb jump in Death Mountain, I think, and If he does know his bomb jump strats, double checking to make sure it's a crystal. It's a good strategy. But yeah, he does not need to open a single chest in this place if he knows that bomb jump.
Parisian player approaching the glorious Quake medallion in the Ninja Turtles room, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
I think the turtles in the... Well, the turtles in the dark, there's 6 of them though, so that doesn't really fit. I like the Ninja Turtles as the guys at the top of Red Tower in Super Metroid. Or like the top of the first room. So anyway, Parisian players in go mode.
He is. He's just checking for the big key now, which we know is in the maze.
Did he not grab the silver arrows? They were in the cave west of Misery Mire. And when he went there to check Checkerboard Cave, he actually hadn't had Moon Pearl yet, so he wasn't able to get them. I wonder if he remembered to go back and check those 2 items.
He might not have, and I doubt he will, because he's in go mode, guys! Both these guys are in go mode! They are going to be trying to knock out the remaining dungeons as fast as possible. Parisian player needs to finish up Pod here, then we'll likely see him head to Ice Palace or Misery Mire, and then do the other, and then head to T-Rock. After PHatHome finises up Ice Palace, he is going to be heading over to Turtle Rock, and then he'll be on his way to Ganon's Tower. Here comes the bomb jump for PHatHome. See if he pulls it off.
Oop! He's got a couple of fairies. Only 7 bombs though. Hey, second time's a charm. So
Very nicely done.
Does Cold Stare have a welcome mat? Because you just kind of fall in a hole into his chamber.
I think it might be upstairs, but maybe I'm wrong.
Right, the big key door is actually where you push the block and fall in the hole. Ooh, a nice Mighty Ducks combo there with this golden spin.
Interestingly, Parisian player has the red cane equipped and decides to push the statue anyways, but I mean, it works.
Maybe he just wanted to save his magic power, you know? Ooh,
not a bad plan.
So no welcome mat there. I wonder if he'll go upstairs and check and see if there's a welcome mat.
Maybe it's in the room, like, with the anti-fairy? Could be in there. I guess you're coming down the stairs?
Yeah, maybe. A welcome mat on the inside of the door, that would be kind of funny.
Alright, we're going to opt for Bombos, which is definitely a good play. Saves your magic for this Cold Stare fight. And remember, these guys have no armors, no mails. So they have to be really careful here in these fights. It looks like PHatHome, gets him in the corner and knocks him out as Parisian player is beating up turtles.
Swag fire rod shot into the corner. Yeah, he had took a little bit of damage there. Fortunately, only getting damaged by the stalactite. Cold Stare, I think, does 4 hearts of damage at least.
All right, PHatHome is off to the dangerous Turtle Rock. And it is only an hour and 18 minutes in. Remember when I was saying these guys just got to the Dark World? That was not long ago.
Yeah. Whoop, the duck missed, fortunately. I remember when
Duck wanted to fly by again.
I was doing a race and I was actually going up the big ladder on the left side of Death Mountain, and I tried to do that, but I was going up the ladder, so I was too slow to avoid the duck. That was kind of dumb. Alright, Parisian player has to clean up 3 crystals. Basically, completely behind by Ice Palace and Misery Mire right now. So, however long it takes him to do those 2 dungeons, that's how far behind he is at this point. Also, he doesn't have silver arrows, but I think he'll be comfortable with Butter Sword and silver arrowless.
I think so, and I imagine he will not check those 2 chests in Mire. I think he's just going to go through as fast as possible, since he is in go mode.
Yep. Fat Homie, holding on to 2 fairies here. I was wondering if either of the runners would stop to pick up any magic potions, since they don't have half magic.
Yeah, they do have that red potion that they found very early on, but magic can be really important, especially in the trinexx fight.
Yeah. You know about that, don't you?
I know a few things about that. That is for sure. But what is good is that they do have the butter sword, so they'll make quick work of him once they get to him.
Yep. Only 3 hits per head. Butter sword.
Speaking of the magic number 3, Fat Homie is at 3 hearts right now. Just right here at the entrance of Turtle Rock. He's going to have to play it really careful, especially in the deadly chain chomp room that's coming up. As we see Parisian player setting up his bomb jump. Interesting setup.
A little different setup, yeah. Confident that he had it, already equipped the hammer. Huh. Doing a little dash dance in there.
I think he was using the sword swipes to
Oh.
try to get him over, but sadly he falls into the pit right after bomb jumping over. Here are the chain chomps. 1 hit, KO. Although he does
2
have
fairies.
a fairy. Oh, 2 fairies?
Yeah, he picked up a 2nd fairy in Misery Mire.
Well, looks like he's gonna need it here. Ouch. Chain chomps are doing 4 hearts of damage apiece.
Yeah. If it's too bad he can take one of the chain chomps and open up the entrance to Bottle Grotto. Oh, that's Link's Awakening. Well, there we go. I think this is a record. I made it an hour and 20 minutes into the commentary before I mentioned Link's Awakening.
Congrats on PB.
PB, dude. And you can give the ribbon to Bow Wow's little sister. She gives you dog food. That's enough Link's Awakening spoilers for now. Let's see how Fat Homie wants to route his way around his keys here. So he doesn't have big key yet, does he? So we'll have to go ahead and check the vanilla big key chest, and it'll pretty much have to be the big key, huh?
It pretty much does, and he does have the opportunity to pull a fun gamble here in T-Rock. We saw it not pay off in the last race. So I know Fat Homie was watching. I saw him in the chat. He may elect to go check that big chest as Parisian player with an amazing cold stare fight here.
Yeah,
Wow.
great cold stare fights from both runners.
Yeah, both of these guys showing that they know what they gotta do in go mode. To clarify, Fat Homie was in chat for the last race, which is a completely different pairing.
Yep, he is checking the big chest here. Using the hook shot, save him a little bit of MP. Over using the Cane of Samari to get in there. And he's got full health, so if he's careful, he'll be able to get through the roller pin room pretty quickly. He does need one more small key. So if it's not in the roller pin room, that will mean a trip to the laser room, and Fat Homie did go ahead and grab that mirror shield at the beginning of the run, so that might just come in handy. And it does.
Definitely a good play by him. That'll speed this up.
Nice little cheeky bonk to jump over the roller pin as well.
While Parisian player bonks his way into Misery Mire. So he's going to be cleaning up this first room. We'll see how he approaches it. Decides to use some fire rod strats. Barely misses some of these whiz robes, but he is through there pretty quick.
Yep, getting a little trolled by whiz robes. If you want to get trolled by our very own Wizrobe, the Link to the Past runner, Wizrobe ZC, we do have a person by that name who made some really clever ROM hack slash randomizer. It's kind of like a planned randomizer. We call it a plandomizer or a plando. You want to go ahead and put in the chat command there for Wizathon. That's going to be coming up toward the end of May, I believe. May 27th. Fat Homie thought he'd outsmart the game by checking the vanilla small key chest.
And he did go ahead and open up the bottom of Turtle Rock here and exit. That allows him to respawn at this point if he does die, because this laser room is actually a very treacherous room. So he decided to check that last chest, maybe to look for a male. Remember, these guys still don't have any armor.
Yeah, I didn't even realize he picked up the small key in the first chest he opened there.
That
powder, one of my favorite safeties, yeah.
So good. These guys are both making great use of the magic powder. Alright, and here's the trinexx fight. Gotta be on point with your magic usage, or you're gonna be done. You're gonna have to try again.
You know, when I was a kid, I didn't actually know that you could hurt trinexx with the sword after you stun the head. I thought you had to do all of your damage from the rods.
Oh, I see.
So I didn't think it was possible to beat him without having half magic and a couple potions.
Ooh, Fat Homie gets hit a few too many times, but gets hit. He has one more fire. He has one more fire rod shot to get this done, and he can get it done. And he does.
Home run.
He does. Very nicely done. Super clutch. And he's going into the final phase of trinexx as Parisian players getting over to Vitreous.
Wait, he only does 2 hearts of damage? Trinexx does the same amount of damage as a crab.
Or crab does the same amount of damage as trinexx.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I thought it would be like 6 hearts of damage.
He does more damage, I think, when he has his shell on. He's a crab out of his shell.
Yeah, that's true.
At that point.
Nice spin speed from the hookshot out of the entrance to Turtle Rock there.
Parisian player playing a little dangerous here, but you know, jumping into the goo and doing those spin attacks on point, and that's going to earn him his 6th crystal. He's going to be heading up to Turtle Rock as Fat Homie is entering Ganon's Tower. Get your guesses in for which chest the big key will be in. Will he gamble for the right side? Will he go left?
In honor of his name, I'm going to say chest number 6. Be the 3rd chest in the Stalfos room. Count the bonk lamp.
Alright, no keys here early on.
Is it faster to mirror there or go upstairs and run across?
Run a you? I mean,
yeah, run a me.
I'm actually not sure. So still no keys, other than the one that was in the pot there, which is guaranteed.
Yeah, good thing you didn't use that to open up the chest that connects the 2 sides. Nah, it's okay.
Using those hookshot strats to stun those guys, definitely a good idea.
Yeah,
those Stalfos can get away from you.
And every time you swing your sword, you're at the very best causing a little bit of lag. the worst, getting knocked around by those fireballs. And what is Stingy Ganon's Tower? Usually you see a couple good items in here.
Usually you see more keys, too, but I guess he's pretty good on keys.
Ah, his block. It's in there.
He made it. He got there.
Made it.
Got him.
Value.
Alright, so here comes Parisian Player into the deadly Turtle Rock. We'll see how he fares with those chain chomps here in a little bit.
Alright guys, if the big key is not in the 4 chest room coming up, get your Hi Bob emotes ready. Do have a fresh new FFZ emote, giving a shout out to our favorite bugged anti-fairy. Trying to hold down the switch with a bomb.
Well, those bombs actually disappear when the wall breaks, which is kind of cool. I guess he was showing
The
up.
bloomerang. Alright, everyone get your Hi Bobs ready. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Bob here. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of Bob skips or Bob kills.
Yeah,
in these
2
races
Bobs in a row.
brackets. Yeah.
Not yet, guys. He's not there yet. I said get him ready. Press enter when I say now.
It's too late. You got the Bob train going.
Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, wait, we're ahead of them.
Yeah, I don't think it. I don't know.
Bob have anything of value? Let's see. Playback here. Oh, a small key. Which
Making
actually
quick work of these
could
Armos
be necessary.
knights.
That
Very
small,
nicely
that
done with
small
the
key
swords.
that Bob had could be necessary. If you have to go east side and use a key, and then
More vanilla big key, and along with a blue mail
and a
nice
chocolate
check there.
armor.
Yeah, banana hat as we like to call it.
Banana cream vanilla.
So I believe that was chest number 15. If you guessed 15, you are the winner. I don't know what you win, but congratulations.
Who win?
Fat homie getting a little trolled by this anti-fairy. He's deciding he's just gonna push on through, head towards these mimic rooms, and then maybe fill up on fairies. There's a nice little room right before the gauntlet.
Yep. You said it. Got a full magic jar and 2 fairies. It's actually the one place in the game where bonk, like a bonk jump, is required, as far as I know.
Looks like Parisian Player is off to collect his burrito in the big chest in Turtle Rock. He'll be a little bit disappointed that he came over here, but it's a good check, just in case.
Yeah, speaking of burritos, if you're west of me, it might still be Cinco de Mayo for you. Alright, here we go. Almost gauntlet strats. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, if you're a little unsure of your gauntlet, this will just take care of all the enemies very quickly. So
He's gonna
not
have
a
to
bad
launch
plan.
his magic.
He
Picks up
does.
the drop. I think if you're gonna use Bombos in the gauntlet, maybe not in that first room though. Definitely the last room. The one with the stall child and the pink dragon guy. And
Yeah.
fire face on the upper left.
Yeah, these later gauntlet rooms can be particularly trolly because of just the ice physics and all the BMOs just like shooting at you.
Even if he does run a little low on his magic, he can always use the lantern to light the torches in the fire bar room.
Oh. Grabs himself another fairy, and he's off to fight Land Molus 2 with his fairy, with his bow. Okay.
Short hop, man. Just like Batwoon. Wasting all those arrows. But why not? He only needs 4 more to finish the game.
Magic powder, again, coming in handy for Parisian player in this case. What an MVP item for these racers. You know, after doing the laser room of death.
I think he's got one. How many bombs does Parisian player need at this point? 3? Need 1 to the west of the teleporter rooms. You need 1 for Bob. Bob's cracked.
But Bob has bombs in there, so
okay.
It's not a big deal. You get one like actually as you walk into that area that you bomb.
Okay.
There's like a pot there that has a bomb, so I think he should be fine.
Yep.
As long as he doesn't squander them.
PHatHome does use the lantern to make sure that he's got enough magic to get through that room. Full refill here, and there'll be a full refill right before Moldorm 2 as well.
Right. Parisian player with an excellent 0 cycle, like textbook trinexx fight. That was really amazing to see. And he is going to be heading into Ganon's tower as PHatHome is about to fight.
Alright, get your guesses in chat. How many chests for Parisian player to find the big key? Alright, PHatHome coming up on the chest of no significance.
He rains some powder over it and finds himself a compass. Quite a lucky day for him.
Now he can find where Aga 2 is. Good thing too, because he was out of places to check.
There's the Aga 2 boss mat for Mothula. It's just like a moth on the little welcome mat. Wow, nice triple.
Wait, Agahnim's got the Mothula welcome mat?
He does the double triple!
Wow!
Wow! Awesome job from PHatHome.
Yeah. He still needed an advantage, then yikes.
PHatHome not messing around here. He wants this win.
Still sitting on 2 fairies, I believe. And with silver arrows, very unlikely to run out of magic against Agahnim, or Ganon. Agahnim 3.
And those were actually not like free patterns either. He really set those up to make it happen. It was beautiful to see.
Full shark PHat.
Alright, so we got a bunch of butter sword slashes here on Ganon. You just need 6 to advance phases. So he didn't quite get 6 in on that first fire bat phase.
I think
he'll get there now.
I think you have to actually wait until he enters phase 2 for them to start counting. Is that correct?
I believe you're right.
So maybe he was counting 1 or 2 that he hit him before he started twirling.
Absolutely, but he's having a great fight. And he is preparing his silver arrows for a quick hit on Ganon. Then he's going to have to head over and try to get his torch glitch if he wants. Oh! that fall to Ganon. Things were going so well.
That's a significant time loss, but not significant enough for Parisian player.
Man, he got flung like halfway across the room there.
Yeah,
that was rough.
He's scrambling.
He is scrambling up there. Yeah, he's going right
how far
back.
ahead he is. Parisian player still has to do Bob, still has to do Ice Armor, still has to do all of upstairs in Ganon's tower.
That being said, I mean, this race has still been very close. It seemed like Parisian player was quite behind, you know, finding the Moon Pearl a bit late, but he's managed to make up some ground.
Unfortunately, took a fairly big gamble going into Agahnim 1, and then finding the bow, which kind of was a little bit of a troll, sent him in the Eastern Palace, which didn't have anything for him.
Yeah, it put him on a pretty terrible path there.
Alright, here we go. Gets the initial hit and the torch glitch. PHatHome. I just want to call him PHat because of you said his name's pronounced PHatHome. I want to say PHat because
he
it's
said
a Zelda game.
Call him whatever, so that's fine.
Oh, alright, he's PHat because as long as he's playing a Zelda game.
Kind of makes sense. Alright, so there it is. PHatHome has finished up with a non-official SRL time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 19 seconds. We're having some trouble with SRL at the moment. So, all your base belong to us. Congratulations to him.
Oh man, my base.
GG.
Take off every Zelda. Main screen turn on. Random Tolkien reference. This game's so random, even the credits are random. Somebody set up us the bombos.
I like that. Somebody set us up the bomb jump.
Sand grouse? Sand grouse? What is? I'm gonna look that up. I don't know what that means.
It's probably just a bird. Like, a grouse is a bird. Just like a bird that lives in the sand.
A seed-eating, ground-dwelling bird with brownish plumage, allied to the pigeons, and found in the deserts and arid regions of the Old World. It's the Old World. Hey,
and that is
congratulations.
an amazing welcoming for PHatHome here. GG, man. Very nicely
Holy
done.
moly. Dude, I think that's the fastest I've been in Go mode ever.
Yeah, it was the slowest time for first crystal, but one of the fastest Go modes, it seemed like.
Whew.
Yeah, you had a sub-hour Go mode, and you entered the Dark World like kind of late. Honestly, you guys were sent around on a lot of different quests.
Yeah.
In the Light World.
Yeah, one thing that was bugging me was that mushroom.
Yeah,
like, it better not have been Quake.
Were you thinking about going for it at any point, or were you just like, I'm just gonna go through these dungeons?
Yeah,
and see what
I was just gonna go through dungeons first, at least the crystal ones. So
that's a risky play for Parisian. I think he's got enough for 4. If that's half a meter, he should. Oh, never mind.
where is he at right now?
He is in the
Mini Helmasaur
room in Ganon's tower. So he is about to approach Moldorm too. So it was a pretty close race. He actually did end up doing Agahnim, and that put him on a really weird path. He ended up getting the bow before you did.
Yeah, with the bow
Palace,
there, yeah.
And that was not very fruitful.
After Swamp, I'm sure you noticed me just starting to flute away. And then I just decided I'm gonna check East Dark World. See what it has, and it had the bow. I figured
Definitely
since I have
the right
bow,
call.
go into pod.
Definitely a
wasn't
logical
vanilla
decision to go into pod there, and then hey, you're in go mode. So what kind of made you decide to change your mind?
What to check East Dark World?
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there, and I think what was I gonna check? I can't remember what I was gonna check then, but I decided it's right there. It's gonna be faster anyway to just jump from there and swing by. I had the hammer, so.
Could we get a triple-double from Parisian Player?
Dude,
Oh,
Double,
close.
triple, dude, you set that up beautifully.
dude,
You
I
were
was
in
so
all-
worried. I can't believe I actually pulled that off.
Yeah,
And then
that
you
was
had an
definitely
unfortunate fall to Ganon there.
Yeah, I was indecisive about that fire bat and it bit me. It bit
Did
me
you
hard.
think Parisian Player was close to you at that
Yes.
point when you fell
Yes.
to Ganon?
Yes, I was really afraid that he was about to finish. Like, as I was killing him, like, in the explosion, I was just waiting for him to dot down and just destroy me.
So this is your first win of a best-of-3 match against Parisian Player. Based on that, you think you're going to be playing any differently for the second one? You're going to take any different gambles or risks?
That depends on the seed, because I can be very unpredictable with what I do. And it can be very questionable gambles.
I like it.
Parisian racking up the box.
He definitely is. He's trying to use those walls as much as possible.
Hey, it's fun to bonk there. You're waiting.
Won't be able to. Well, that was close. Won't be able to bonk in the last phase.
No.
Now,
Oh, he
Parisian
didn't
Player
get
gonna
silver
show us-
arrows. That's right.
Yeah, show us the silverless strats here. He didn't end up picking up those silver arrows in
Oh,
Mire.
where were silvers? In Mire? No.
There's the 2 chests
West of
in
Mire.
west
Yeah,
of Mire.
okay, yeah.
The Mire area.
Yeah. The hut. Dude, speaking of just my first win in the best of 3, that was my first win in the tournament.
And you did amazingly. You did a great job. You actually took some awesome routes, and they paid off. Like, the route to Zora was incredible.
Oh
The route
my-
to Desert was amazing. I mean, you really read this seed like a book.
If you want to call it that. I'm not too good at actually reading what the seed wants me to do, but I'll that's a gamble in my part, so.
Parisian Player getting out of the Ganon fight with 1 extra fire rod shot, it looks like.
But really well executed silverless Ganon from Parisian Player, and he's going to finish with a pretty awesome time here of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 17 seconds. So very nicely done by him as well.
And now all the base belong to his Triforce room.
Yeah. Okay. I'll believe that number of bunks.
Alright. Don't spoil it, it's coming
Nope,
up
I'm
for us.
not.
What do you think, chat? Is it more than 6?
And let's get Parisian Player in here as well.
4 locations,
Yeah.
free boots. 41? I mean, 4
Third
locations.
Third chest
Yeah.
boots. Come on.
When I saw the boots, oh my god.
It's interesting. It says 4. If you count Locke's house, I guess it counts Uncle as a location then. So that would be Uncle would be 2, inside the passage would be 3, and then the 4th chest is the boots. So I guess it counts Uncle as one of the 4.
Interesting.
That kind of makes sense, I guess. But it looks like we have Parisian player in here as well. Hello, Parisian player. GG.
Please no. Please no.
That Agahnim.
No GG on such gameplay. It was horrible. Well, still surprised that I'm so far behind because the beginning is so weird. Like it's probably what cost me the race, but
I think an important juncture was when you went over to desert, and you were thinking about going in desert. You paused, and you ended up saving and quitting, and eventually heading towards Agahnim. Put you on a really unfortunate path. The seed kind of trolled you, and then it kept feeding you little bits of things.
I save and quit from desert. I don't have any fire source. I cannot finish desert at that point.
Right, but you could have like popped your head in there and with book and checked the first half of desert, which in the end was very important for collecting the power gloves, which led you to both the flute and the Titan's mitts on Death Mountain. So it was the only way to get into
that didn't help, but that's the reason why I didn't enter, because I thought I still had some places to farm before entering desert, and like all my fetch quests just got destroyed. All my gambles just no way. Like incredible. The beginning is horrible. My 51st minutes. I've got nothing. I'm still looking for fire source and for moon pearl.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just the nature of randomizer. I mean, you decide to go one way, but you wanted to go the other way. Hindsight's 20/20. I mean, I wouldn't say that you made any mistakes at that juncture. It's just that, you know, you took a risk that if it paid off, it would have given you a good lead.
Well, it almost pays off because I've got bow.
Yeah, the bow is really important.
Then you go in desert and in eastern. In eastern, I've got nothing. All right, thanks. Nice time loss here.
Like Alucard said, the seed kind of trolled you. It led out a little breadcrumb trail from Agahnim with the bow through to Eastern Palace, but I mean, sometimes you just don't know. This kind of things pay off in some races and they don't in others. So this is a best of 3. You have at least one more, hopefully for the viewing. Well, I'm not going to say anything about the outcome of that race, but you have at least one more race in this series. Do you think that you'll, learn from anything you did in this race and do anything differently, or do you think the strategy was good, it just didn't pay off in this case? What do you think
maybe not
the second race?
Maybe Agahnim was a bit optimistic, but still, like, my option is then desert, and desert, as I said, I've got absolutely nothing. What if I've got nothing desert? What do I do then? So
right, it was again about calculated risks, and this time it just didn't pay off. It was just really unfortunate that there was like a mushroom in the lumberjack and a bow on the pyramid.
Those fetch quests in lumberjacks are horrible. It's in terms of what do you have to do? Should I go or not? And then even I was okay. This trolley is gonna be a trolley place. I tried the moon pearl in the Mire section, and I've got the first sword.
So
Just give me that moon pearl.
Taking a quick look at the schedule right now, it doesn't look like you guys have scheduled your second race just yet. So make sure you guys give both of these runners a follow. We might get a chance to catch them in practice and wish them some good luck while we're waiting to see when they're going to hammer out their schedules and get race 2 going.
Yeah, I think this seed was actually particularly troll because it had like vanilla items as well.
Yeah,
it had
one in
vanilla
particular.
Power gloves and vanilla flippers, which were absolutely crazy.
And vanilla Ganon's Tower, big key.
That's true.
No, at some point I even go to Hera because I can finish Hera, I can finish Desert. So at some point, so I decide to finish Hera. There's nothing in it.
Nothing.
The green pendant gives me
Yeah,
nothing.
Pendant.
It's all my choices were trolling me.
So, Fat Homie, how do you like to say your name?
The way you just said is perfectly fine. That's how most
That's what
people
I've
say
been
it.
telling everybody.
That's how
Oh,
most
really?
people have been saying it. So it's always up to interpretation.
Okay. I actually wanted to call you PHat because it's a Zelda game.
Some people call me that.
People have
There
to
aren't
make
actually PHats in this.
just something in chat. People have to make a guess on my number of bonks because at the end I made bonks purposely to try to
Oh yeah.
mess up.
I saw Parisian player taking out a little frustration in the walls
I
of
didn't-
Ganon's chamber as well.
I didn't know I was losing at that time. I didn't see anything, so
What, did anyone find out what was that pedestal? Or no?
yeah, it was cash.
It was
I
cash.
looked at it.
Yep.
I hoped again, like I'm looking for Quake,
Yeah.
and I'm like, at least if Quake is here, then all my unfortunate decisions at the beginning finally pays off.
Yeah, that would have helped you, just because I didn't do Eastern at all. Well, I did most of it. I didn't finish it because I didn't have the bow.
47 bonks. My menuing, oh my god. When you don't have the boomerang in your menu, it messes up so much. I play like low percent, also and 100%, and when you don't have these, it's impossible to menu in it. And so I made some horrible mistake there again. Honestly, it's pure garbage. All my run in the trash.
Well, you're gonna get a chance to redeem yourself in match number 2, and maybe we won't see such a crazy seed.
Looks like the next
one.
If you make the good decision right away, if you go to Desert, then if you have enough money to go to Zora's domain, the seed is pretty okay after that. But at the beginning, not only do we have absolutely no objects, but we have no money, and we have barely health. Like the beginning is a disaster.
I just want to let chat know, Randomizer fans, if you are free tomorrow, the schedule is jam-packed full of races. Starting off at noon Eastern time, we have the inaugural match of the day between Wolfie83 and Sean Cass. That will be on twitch.tv/speedgaming2. So make sure you give this channel a follow, but also follow Speed Gaming 2, because we're going to have at least 3 races. One of them's a double header, actually, I think. So 4 races on Speed Gaming 2 tomorrow, starting at 12 o'clock. And so we got Wolfie versus Sean Cass. We got Mysticum versus Aaron Doby. That's going to be 2 games. The first 2 games are their best of 3. Amazing Ampharos versus Ajneb174, the OK Guy versus Rubel, Raikou Rider versus JC, and match 2 of DJ Tiffahart versus Leodox. You can see all those races on the schedule. Thanks for the link there, Nightbot.
Man, some exciting races tomorrow. We have a lot of races coming at you this weekend, and I think all of them that you mentioned there, like, I think it's anybody's game. I really do.
Which one are you most excited about?
Which one am I most excited about? Oh, I don't know. My boy Sean Cass, maybe his race versus Wolfie. I know both of those guys a little bit, and that's gonna be a cool race.
Yeah, Wolfie and Aaron Doby actually both beating me out in whatever group I was in. I don't remember, group E, I think. Anyway, they're the guys from my group, so I'll be cheering them on as representatives of my group. And then also it's the match between DJ Tiffahart and Leodox is going to be exciting, as that is match number 2. So a couple of these are double headers. Actually, 3 of them are double headers. Wow. Yeah, just look at the schedule, guys. I can't even express how exciting tomorrow is going to be. I mean, just bam, look at it.
And there's going to be more in the coming days as well, so keep your eyes peeled because there's just going to be race after race after race in the coming weeks. It's going to be really exciting to see. And hopefully we'll see these guys schedule their next match very soon so we can see match number 2.
Thank you very much, Parisian Player and PHatHome for racing and putting on a great show for us. And thank you to the viewers as well. Thank you to Feasel and Mythical and the Speed Gaming crew. And thank you to my co-commentator, Alucard2004.
Thank you for commentating, guys.
You want to take us home, Alucard?
Yeah, I am so thrilled to have been here. It was an exciting race, despite how you may have felt about it, Parisian Player. It was actually surprisingly close. It was
honestly, if my objective was in the past days like to be able to have a chance against Christos. If I play like this, I have barely no chance. And so if in second game and third game I don't have a decent level of play, it's not even worth for me going in run 2. Honestly, it's how can I even have a chance to win if I continue to play like this?
Well, we know that you're probably going to work on it and give us a good race in game number 2, and I'm sure PHatHome's going to give you a fight because we saw him put on a good show here today as well. So, GG.
Oh man, I call it a fluke.
And that's going to be it for us here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And stay tuned tomorrow for more exciting Link to the Past Randomizer. See ya.
Bye, GG PHatHome.
Bye.
Peace.